Good evening, and welcome to another World of Warships video with your host, Darkwing Glacier. This is another ranked battle in which I take out my North Carolina, my American Tier 8 battleship. And in this battle, this one's kind of special because I only have one more star to go to achieve rank 1 and rank out of the season. Now, I admit that this is something I'm happy to do, not only because I will have made the achievement of getting to rank 1, but also because the season will end. This season has been difficult. It's taken me more than 300 games to get to this point. It is very frustrating. It is stressful. There's a lot of salt in the chat. Everybody's frustrated with this season, so it'll be good to finally get out of it. So in this battle, we are at a radar disadvantage because our opposing team has an Edinburgh and a Chapayev, whereas we have no radar at all. We do have some good gun power in our destroyers. We have 2 Akizukis and a Benson. We have some good HE spamming power in our cruisers with 2 Atagos and a Kutuzov, and we have me and the North Carolina being the sole battleship on the team. The opposing team also has an Atago. They have a Lo Yang, an Ognivoy, and a Z-23, I believe. They also have an Alabama, which is comparable to me, so they do have the radar advantage, they have the hydro advantage, but we're definitely in trouble. Most of my team heads over to the west of the AB cap, hoping to shield themselves from any radaring and potentially take the A cap. I suspect most of the enemy team will be going for AB since they do have that radar advantage. We have a lone Akizuki going over to the C cap, which I'm worried about. Since he's alone, he's probably going to get killed. Unless he's extremely careful. But the problem with the Akizuki is it's not very maneuverable, it's not very fast. They can chase him down and eliminate him if they spot him. One of my teammates is worried that I'm AFK since I'm not moving. However, this is a calculated choice of mine. I'm sitting here waiting for something to show up on the radar or on the scope. And there's the Chapayev. Unfortunately, he's behind the island. The reason I stop here is because I want to get a good line of sight to the center of the AB cap, the C cap, and to the west of AB, so I can shoot at any of them as targets arise. Here, I take a shot at the Edinburgh over at the C cap. My shots are out. He's already out of detection. It looks like he popped smoke, or at least he's going into the smoke of one of the DDs over there. Fortunately, my shots miss, probably because the Edinburgh either maneuvered or he slowed down. So I start edging forward a little bit. There's the Chapayev. He's foolishly shown himself, which is a blessing. So I aim my guns, and it looks like he's stopping, so I'm going to fire right on target. And I advance enough to avoid some incoming fire as well. I spot the Alabama, which is already leaving. My shots look good. I get a Citadel, take him down to about half health, which is very good to start off the game. Looks like the enemy has their Atago, their Edinburgh, and their Ognivoy all taking the C cap. And our Akizuki is wisely running away. Doesn't look like he's spotted yet because it doesn't look like they're firing at him. And then there's a Benson. He's very close to me. I notice him just as I fire at the Chapayev. Fire my rear turret and hit him in the smoke. I damage the Chapayev again, but it isn't enough. Benson's in the smoke, and I realize I gotta get out of here because if I don't, he's gonna be sending some torpedoes my way very quickly. I see the Atago, or the Takao actually, even though it says Atago. I fire some shots at him. I start maneuvering, start turning away, because if I just back up, they're going to catch up to me and just spam me all day long. So I go forward and I turn to port, hoping to kite away. The Akizuki is already at half health. It looks like he's in trouble. He's been spotted. He's popped some smoke of his own. And he's sending some torpedoes in there, hoping to hold them off. And we lose our first Akizuki to shots from the enemy Benson. So things are not going well to start. Their Alabama is at half health, which is good news, and it looks like he's continuing to burn, and he's fleeing the area, so that's good news. Bad news is I have a Benson and no one to cover me. I take a shot at him. Looks like that's going to do nothing. And we lose our other Akizuki, this time to torpedoes. We have 2 destroyers down, 2 ships down. The enemy Chapayev is starting to turn away. I take some shots at him. He's only down to less than 10,000 hits now, so if I get a good solid hit on him, I can kill him. In the meantime, their Otago is now firing at me. Their Alabama is starting to circle around. He's being shielded somewhat from fire from our Otago and Kutuzov by an island. And I realize I'm still in a bad position, but the second Otago on my team is coming up to help, so I decide that perhaps I should make a hard turn to port, do a 180-degree turn, and hopefully be in a better position to help the rest of my team. I was reluctant to do it at first because of how long it takes my church to get around, but I'm currently not spotted, so hopefully I can turn this quick enough to actually contribute. And then there's the Benson. He's behind the island, so I can't fire at him. My forward turrets are still trying to turn around. I try to tell my teammate where he is, but he's also getting close to behind the island. So I take a shot at this Benson, and I don't give him quite enough lead, so I miss. My forward turrets are coming around. I'm constantly worried about torpedoes coming in. Benson doesn't seem to be too worried about me right now, and it looks like he's slowing down. Maybe he's going to be hiding in smoke. I take some shots, and here I get a hit, but it's an over-penetration, which is to be expected. My next shot is better. It's still another overpen though. But if my Otago gets another good salvo or two, and he just missed with that one, we can take this guy out. I'm on fire, but I'm not worried about that at all right now. We gotta get rid of this Benson, and we gotta get rid of him fast. Shots out. And I completely miss. My secondary is opening up on him, and he's now firing at me, hoping to set me on fire. Shots out. And fortunately, 3 overpens, but that's enough to take him out. So I'm probably going to kick off my repair party. There it goes. I'm still burning, but the fire just went out. Next target is the Otago. So they're down 1 ship, we're down 2. They're still way up in points because they have 2 caps to our 1. Our Otago closest to me is in deep trouble. See this Otago here, or the enemy Takao actually, the ARP Takao, and I get a good hit on him, but it's due to 2 overpens. We then lose another Otago. We are now down 3 ships to 1. The Otago's just sitting there. Take another fire shot at him. Praying to get him. And I get 1 overpen. I am not pleased with this. He's broadside. I need to be able to get some clean shots off on him. There we go, a Citadel that brings him down to 6,000 points. In the meantime, I'm under fire by an Akizuki and an Ognavoy. I fire again, 1 penetrating hit, where I thought I had him cold there, but it didn't work out. Teammates telling me to push. Like, I'm not going to push at this point. There are 2 destroyers in there, and I'm going to get overwhelmed if I try that. Fortunately, someone does take out the Otago. I see the Edinburgh. It looks like he's run aground. I take a shot at him. The Ognavoy is actually now between me and my friendly Benson. I feel like if I go in there, again, only 1 penetrating, or 1 overpen on the Edinburgh. Very disappointing. I'm just afraid that if I start trying to push into the B cap, I'm just going to run into a wall of torpedoes. Their Ognavoy is in much better health than our Benson. I see the Ognavoy. He's reversing. take a shot at him. My health is still doing pretty good. It could be possible that I'm not contributing as much as I should be. I should be closer to the battle, which is one of the reasons why I'm pushing forwards now. The Edinburgh is still sitting there. I don't have a good line of sight on him. I'm trying to line up a shot. I launched my spotter plane to get a better look. He's accelerating, so these are likely to land behind him. And I do not get a single hit, not even an overpen. Our Benson is almost dead. And there he goes. He goes down. Their Edinburgh is in deep trouble. I'm praying that our Otago can take him out. In the meantime, I'm going to try to support him by going after the Ognavoy. We are down to 3 ships. They just lost the Edinburgh. The Otago succeeded, so they are down to 4. Here come the torpedoes, but fortunately it looks like the Ognavoy launched them on a wide spread, so neither one comes close to me. So at this point I notice that they have approximately 800 points to our 300. If we don't do something soon, this battle's over. So they have the C cap, they have the B cap, they're taking the A cap. Our Kutuzov is over there, but unfortunately he's spotted by the Alabama, and I think he's going to have a very bad day. And there he goes. The Alabama just blows him to pieces. On our left flank, the Otago is going up against the Ognavoy, hoping that he can take out the Ognavoy, but they're currently circling each other around that island. Take some shots since he's slow and he's reversing. And I get nothing at all. He's less than 9 kilometers away. He was going slow. I thought my shots were relatively well aimed, but nothing. A lot of people talk about the accuracy of the North Carolina, and it very well may be, but it seems to give me some inconsistent results that are very frustrating. Take some more shots at the Ognavoy. These look good, and I take him out. 900 points in the enemy team. I see the Akizuki. Can I take him out too? Torpedoes are coming in. I'm going to take one.
Direct front.
Or it looks like I was going to take one, but I successfully avoid it. I successfully avoid the second spread. The Akizuki's attempting to smoke up, but I'm not going to let that happen. At 6.4 kilometers, I fortunately get the kill. They're down to below 900 points. I'm going to attempt to try to get into the A and B cap, try to salvage this game. Problem is that we have to take all of their caps or kill all of their ships in order to win this one, because it's just too little, too late. They're at 920 points. It's now 2 versus 2. Our Otago is okay. He can still contribute, but I'm going to be the one who has to take the fight to the Alabama and go toe-to-toe. Unfortunately, he's not a complete potato, so he starts turning head-on into me. They have 958 points, 960. And he's turning head on, and it's likely he's going to try to ram me. So it looks like, unless I have some kind of a miracle, I'm not going to be able to take him out.
The ship is on fire.
Shots out. I do 6,000 points of damage, get 3 bounces. Gives me the Confederate Award, but they're at 992. I maneuver to avoid a ram, but it's already too late. They're going to come away with a win.